Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and it'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building. We in the building, baby. We going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. So let's get it started. Let's talk about NeNe Leakes. NeNe Leakes is out here basically on social media blocking her comments so people can't post in her comment section, because after the reunion part 1 this Sunday of season 11, people has been going at NeNe, saying that she's mean, she's rude, she's disrespectful to Porsha's shape, calling her a hippo, calling her big, and all this other stuff. And they're just like, you know what, NeNe, you are out of line. So people are really coming at NeNe. So she had to turn off her comment section. You couldn't leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And a lot of people feel like, damn, NeNe, why are you doing this? Why are you coming at a pregnant woman? And then all the headlines, very pregnant Porsha, NeNe Leakes attack. That's the headline. So it just making NeNe look all fugazi out here. I'm like, damn, it is really crazy. But I understand where NeNe's coming from. NeNe feels that she doesn't have the support of the staff, of her friends. She considers them friends, but now they're staff members, they're her co-workers, and she's feeling a certain type of way that people are not respecting her, and they don't remember what she has done for them in the past, whether she helped them get on the show, whether, she filmed with them mostly or gave them advice, and she feels like she's tossed to the side. Nobody cares. She's going through the situation with Greg. Greg is doing better, and he finished chemotherapy and everything like that, but she doesn't feel like the girls are her friends, or they had her back, or they supported her at all. And to me, it feels like NeNe is the type of person, when you try to offer her help or assistance, she will back away. She will be like, I don't need it, I don't want it. And when in reality that she really needs it and she wants it, but you have to convince her, you have to persuade her, you have to just take over and come through and do what you need to do, because she's the type of person that hang up the phone on you and say, no, I don't need no help, or say I'm just good, when really she really needs a helping hand, and she's in the car crying, or she's in her bedroom crying, or she's breaking down in the kitchen crying. So, and I know a lot of people like NeNe, that you just got to come through. Like, I'm just knocking on the door, coming through. I'm showing up with a gift basket. I'm showing up with food. I'm showing up with garbage bags. We're going to clean the yard. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. I'm showing up like you ain't keeping me away, because I know you really need me, and I know you really want me here, but you just don't know how to ask for it, because you feel like if you show any sign of weakness that you are weak. And especially, when NeNe's in a public eye, she don't want to be weak. And it's like, this is the moment for her to be weak and ask for sympathy and put on that hat, but she won't put that hat on. She'll put it on here and there, but then she'll take it off and go back to that strong construction worker, So it is what it is with that situation. I feel like Porsha is like, NeNe, you helped me out, you gave me advice, but you've been messy too as well. And right now, I appreciate your advice. I appreciate you helping me out. I appreciate you vouching for me. But, I return the favor to be a friend to you too as well. But now it's time for me to get from under your wing and let me spread my wings and fly, baby, because I'm about to have a baby, and I'm about to get married, and my TV show, or This Nation, the radio station, and then on top of that, this show, my wig line, my hair weaves, extensions is going up, and I got a good fiance right now, and basically, the peach is being handed to me, and they want to put the crown on top of my head. And NeNe, I'm sorry that you feel a certain type of way about it, but I'm ready to take this crown. Like, I've been in a back burner, I've been gaining popularity. People didn't like me at first. Now people like me. Now people see my dreams come true. Now people see me change. And Porsha's at the point where she's never going to be weak again. She's never going to be weak where she let the women talk to her badly. She's never going to be weak again where she was in a relationship with Cordell and he controlled her life, and then he left her penniless, he left her broke. She's never going to be in that situation again. She's never going to go back to that, because them were dark times in her life where she couldn't be herself. And that's why you see this season, Porsha's talking about not losing herself, being herself. And so right now, she's ready for the shine. She's ready to wear that crown. She's ready to, be in charge of the cast, be the it factor of the cast, the it factor of the show. And that's what she's ready for. And, and she can't look back at NeNe anymore like, you helped me, sis. That's good, thank you, but it's time for me to do my thing, you know. I'm blossoming out here, you know. There's probably more, you know, adventures and more contracts I'm gonna get, so I gotta step in front in line, baby. I'm sorry, NeNe, you gotta get behind me and I need to get before you. So it seems like, you know, Porsha feels that type of way, and Cynthia feels like, you know what, NeNe, we're close friends, we've been friends, I had your back, and off camera we're really good friends, but you know what, you try to play me a little bit on camera, you try to do this and that, and then everybody calling me weak, that I blow with the wind, I don't have a backbone. And Cynthia basically is like, I got a backbone. She got rid of Peter and she threw him out the way, and she got this new guy that she likes and she wants to be with and she wants to marry, and she's having a good time, and she's starting up her own, you know, wine cellar, bar, whatever she got going on. And then on top of that, she's not going to step back for NeNe either. She's not going to be under NeNe's wing. People are not going to be questioning her. Oh, don't you see what's going on? You just all over NeNe. Once you take your head out of NeNe's ass, people are not going to say that about her anymore. They might be saying that about her having her head stuck up in Kenya's ass. But right now, Cynthia has moved on from NeNe. She's done with the antics. She's done with, you know, walking on eggshells. I mean, I think that's how she feels. I'm not saying all this is actually happening, but she feels like, you know what, I pushed Peter to the left, and I'm going to have to push you to the right, and I'm going to have to step forward, and I'm going to have to do what I need to do because I ain't getting any younger, and I want to be next in line too as well to get other gigs and be on other shows and things like that. And so, and, you know, I think Cynthia feels more comfortable with Kenya. Like, she knows Kenya ain't gonna just go off on her unless she's already upset. We only seen Kenya go off on Cynthia once, really. And then Kenya has made Cynthia very important in her life. And I think, you know, Cynthia feels like it's an equal partnership with Kenya, whereas she doesn't have an equal partnership when it comes to NeNe, that she's always second best. Like, she's never arrived and been on the same level as NeNe. And I don't know if NeNe treats her that way, but I just feel like that's where Cynthia's at. And anybody that caused her any drama or any problems, she's stepping out. You know, she's stepping out. She's getting off the porch, and she's gonna speak her mind and say how she feels. She's gonna do it candid. She's gonna do it suddenly, and she's gonna do it quietly, but she's gonna do it. She's not gonna take no more bullshit. That's just where she's at right now. So I was just like, And then we got Candy. Candy's gonna be on the winning side, whoever's the winning team. And Candy basically, you know, she done pissed NeNe off because, you know, NeNe feels that she lied about the Kenya situation, that Cynthia knew about the Kenya situation. And then on top of that, Candy probably has something to do with trying to set NeNe up, bringing Kenya along because Kenya ain't even on the show, and you're bringing her around. And I guess NeNe feels a certain type of way. Like, when she wasn't on the show, did anybody reach out to, you know, NeNe Leakes and try to get her to film? But yet they're reaching out to Kenya, and she ain't even on the show. And she has did all this stuff to basically garner attention from the show, especially when the show opened, and a few weeks about, you know, Kenya being pregnant, and then it actually taken away from the ratings of Real Housewives of Atlanta season 11. So I think, you know, NeNe feels like they're out to get her, like they ain't her friends. Like, she feels like she's under attack. And I've been saying that the whole season. If NeNe feels like, you know, they're out to get her, and, you know, maybe she got some real evidence that we won't ever see on camera, or we won't know until she spilled the beans, but she really feel like these girls are after her, and they want to take her position in her spot. They're not really her friend, and they're ready to torpedo on her. And I think NeNe feels that she's kind of weak because of the situation with Greg. She's not as happy. She don't got a lot going on. She's not, you know, traveling and throwing these marvelous parties, and then on top of that, she's not filming, because when NeNe was on the show, she was filming for other shows. She would bring the Real Housewife camera, the Bravo cameras along with her. Right now, she's basically is being a caregiver at this time and point, and she feels like, you know, since she's going through what she's going through, everybody's shining and forgetting about her, and forgetting about the blood and sweat and tears that she had put into the show to make sure, you know, the show stayed on, to make sure that they kept the season and popping, and they forget about what she has done in the past because of what she's going through now. And she's not just like a butterfly. She's not like a ray of sunshine. She's not the it factor. She's not giving it to them because she has a sick husband at home and she don't know where it's going to go from here. So I'm just like, NeNe is feeling a certain type of way. She's feeling like all her sweat and tears that she done put down and laid the framework and gathered people on the show and requested for them to be on the show and stood up for them. They have totally turned around and moved their own separate ways. But how long do they supposed to stay indebted to NeNe? Forever, ever, or just for a little bit? So we'll see what happens with this situation. I'm just like, damn. And Candy's doing a damn thing. She's on this show, that show. She's producing, she's writing music. But I believe Candy is kind of done with NeNe. She's kind of done with NeNe, and she rather it be NeNe than her, because then the next person they might come after will be Candy, of basically, you know, coming up. I guess Candy might be next in line, and maybe she might see the writing on the wall, and maybe she doesn't. But, you know, when it comes to, you got Porsha, you got Cynthia, you know, they're trying to be the next in line. And then if you bring Kenya back, she's trying to be next in line. And Candy, you can stay on the sideline, but if they need to shove you and push you out the way, they will. But Candy got it going on. She got so many different things that make her so popular, especially with her blog, especially with her podcast and the different things that she do, that her work speaks for itself. So they might just let her sit there and not say nothing, but you know, it is what it is. And I think, you know, Candy is really more like in, you know, Kenya. You know, they all got babies, small babies now. Then you have Candy and Porsha. They both got small babies now. Everybody got small babies. You got Candy, Porsha, and Kenya, they got small babies, they got husbands, and then, you know, Candy's about to have, you know, another baby come through with a surrogate. So, you know, they got something they can collect and connect on to as well. And then Cynthia can be like the mother hen and come around and be fabulous. So then NeNe, you know, coming in like, okay, what's going on? Break this up. They're not trying to hear that. And then also Eva, she got small children too as well. You got Shamari, she got small children too as well. And they married, and it seems like all these ladies are happy except for NeNe, because of the situation she's having going on at home, and when she's feeling like Greg is mistreating her and talking ill to her and everything like that, you know, NeNe took that shit to the internet, and I think that was to her detriment. You know, people do understand that our caregivers that work in hospice, that take care of sick people, they understand like how their brain changes, the medication changed them, you know, chemotherapy, all that changed them, where they can be rude, they can be mean, they can throw shit at you, they can yell at you, they can cuss at you, but people still don't want you to speak up. And NeNe at this point is like, I'm speaking up, like I'm dying in this situation with, you know, Greg, like this is just too much. And then on top of that, you females are trying to get at me, it's just too much. So now at the reunion, you see NeNe holding back no punches, coming at Porsha, talking about, I was going to give you a gift, but I ain't giving you a gift, and you ain't my friend. Ask Goldie sitting next to you if I was in Canada or not when you had your baby shower. Cynthia confirmed that she was in Canada, so it is what it is. And NeNe is just like, you know, whatever. Friend, we ain't friends. What are you talking about? Yeah, right. Like, so NeNe is coming out swinging because she feels like she's in battle with her job, and she feels like she's in battle with her husband. So it is what it is. You guys tell me what you think about the situation. I do want, you know, Apollos to come back. I want Apollo and Phaedra to come back. I think it'll be awesome. That dynamic would be awesome for them two to come back, because just how they fit in. Phaedra seeing Apollo's new fiance and all this other stuff going on with that situation, that'd be crazy. And then watching Candy and Phaedra, you know, rapport, how they're gonna deal with each other. And then on top of that, seeing, you know, Porsha's rapport with Phaedra. We know Porsha right now, she's on the type of time where you say you sorry, okay, you sorry. We sorry, let's be cool. She's not trying to hold no grudges, no punches, because when she's titled that, when she gets that crown, she want to be clean. You know, she don't want to be having no enemies. She don't want to be looking like a villain. But, you know, she's in the running when Kenya Moore comes through. And if Phaedra have anything to do with it, you know, Phaedra can pull out all stops. And she's the queen of reading, you know. So we'll see what happens. You guys tell me what you think. Peace and my one love to all my peeps and my peoples. But also, we got to talk about Eva. Eva was coming out strong towards NeNe. Eva's trying to have a voice. And Eva's not feeling NeNe because of her sidekick, which is Marlo. Because Marlo, you know, is bringing down the information about what her bridesmaid said about her being broke and not having money, having all types of fraud schemes to get cars and apartments, and basically being broke. And they had a conversation about it. She feels a certain type of way. And then she also feels some of the shade that NeNe has been throwing at her too as well. And then if she takes her shade and she focuses on NeNe, maybe everybody won't pick up all the shade that she be throwing to as well. But Eva the diva is trying to keep a job. She's trying to keep the money because the reports are, you know, on the last episode, the season finale of Real Housewives of Atlanta, they were saying, you know, Eva the diva is trying to calm reports of her being broken. Right now, she's filling in at Dish Nation for Porsha. So basically, she's getting some money because they're saying all her money that she received from Real Housewives of Atlanta season 11, you know, she spent it on the wedding. So she's trying to keep it popping. She's trying to get more appearances. She's trying to be out there, and she's trying to stay on the show. So anybody comes in evil way, she's gonna do what she needs to do, and we're gonna see her step out of character a lot because she's fighting for her life. She's fighting for her paycheck, and this is a decent paycheck, and all she got to do is shade these women. Then that's what she's gonna do. Peace and my one love to all my peeps and my peoples.